I was teaching the unit on conquest, and we were reading some incredibly difficult material about the Belgian Congo. And we were taking a look at Lynn Nottage's play Ruined, she's a contemporary American dramatist. She was actually the first African American woman to win the Pulitzer Prize twice. She just won it for her play Sweat. But she has this incredibly powerful drama, Ruined, that takes place in a brothel in the Belgian Congo. And a lot of the women in the play are ruined, which means they've been sexually assaulted to the point where they've been shunned by their community or they have significant health problems, but it's really taken a toll on their body, and it's a difficult text. And students understandably have trouble processing this information. I try to prepare them for it with carefully curated historical documents and conversations about sexual abuse, conscious of the fact that it could be triggering to students who have had this happen to them in a variety of different contexts. And I had a student who I think was really overwhelmed by the material and said, well, I don't want to hear, I didn't sign up for this class to be depressed all the time. I didn't sign up for this class to learn about rape and carnage. I'm here to learn about world drama. And the students in the class responded because we'd had this buildup of trust, because we've had these conversations over many months. And a student said, well, I just want to point your attention to an article that we read on the second week of class, and it was called The Art of the Difficult by Tony Kushner, who's the playwright who's most famous for Angels in America. And it was about why we should study difficult drama and why we should experience this. And that's not to say that pleasure is not important. That's not to say that joy is not important. I also teach comedy. But it tends to be the tragedy that takes students to a place where they lash out and they say, well, I shouldn't have to be exposed to this, right? And for me, that's a form of a microaggression. It's not targeted at one individual. It's not targeted at a gender or a sexuality or a racial category or an ethnicity or a nationality, but it's saying that certain kinds of experiences don't merit our attention because they're difficult for us. And because I had these systems in place, the students were actually able to go back to other elements earlier in the semester and call out the student, not in a way that shamed the student, but just said, yeah, it's hard, but this is actually why we should dedicate our time to it.